2020 has been the year of stripping everything back, stripping like everything back that you could possibly have, and leaving you with the bare basics. So stuff like, I've gone out for walks. I've walked so much this year, and usually I'd just jump in the car and go somewhere and get there quicker. Whereas this year I've taken in my surroundings. I live in Milton Keynes. I've seen so much of Milton Keynes that I didn't know was there. And it's been lovely. It's been really, really lovely just to kind of bring it back down to that sort of simple thing. But in turn, it's actually enabled me to meet more people like yourself. I've launched a new running club with people that I wouldn't have met had that not been launched. And I think the simplicity of everything has been an absolute blessing for probably quite a few people, because they've kind of seen that, like you said, they don't need the latest technology. They don't need to have like ridiculously expensive clothes and stuff like that. And the power of conversation like this is huge. And linking it back into the mental health aspect, is that the more conversations that happen like this, and the more people that are integrated into that, the more kind of limelight that is shed onto mental health, and more people learn about it. So I think that kind of going full circle, I think that that's been kind of one of the key learnings for me, is that you don't actually need a lot of the stuff that you have.
Definitely. A massive lesson. And I think, like we've touched upon quite a bit, how adaptable we are as humans, and change is something we all fear. Myself and Emily, we're both on the autistic spectrum. What very wide spectrum, and we're very mild, but change and uncertainty is something that really panics anyone with autism, and anyone without. Like, no one likes it. But how everyone has had to adapt. We've not been given that choice. We've just had to get on with it, adapt to the new rules. But we've done it so fast in the way we work, in the way we live our lives. And I think a really big lesson that we can all take from this is actually, no matter how much you may fear it, one, it's a positive thing. Two, it's inevitable. Things are going to change. Uncertainty is something we live with on a daily basis, but we can do it as well. James, what are your thoughts? What's an important life lesson from 2020?
Yeah, I have to agree what you guys have all said, and also look, I think we do take so much for granted on a day-to-day basis, and I think it's taken this pandemic to be able to recognise the things that shouldn't be important, that are important, and things that are important shouldn't be important. The likes of I remember the times I would have seen my phone sitting at 5% battery, and I would freak out, and like, oh, I need to get a charger quick. I need to get home. You know, I would cut my meals short just to get home to find a charger for my phone, and things like that don't matter. You know, and one thing I've learned is, and one of the biggest things that I have to take away from the year 2020 is the fact that the connections that the world has adopted to be able to use. So the likes of I know within the pandemic it has been challenging, but people have still come together. Yes, we can't meet face to face, or in big groups, but we have those choices to write a letter, send a text message, send an email, you know, go on Zoom, FaceTime, and I think for me personally, the power of connecting with people, has been absolutely huge. It's been so powerful, and I hope that continues on in the year 2021, and hope that people will be able to not just think, oh, remember that time when we used to have to use Zoom, and send letters because of the pandemic. I just hope it just continues on, most definitely. And and there is a lot of lonely out there too, and just not during these challenging times. But there always has been those who are lonely, and I just hope that people checking in and those who are lonely and feeling isolated, that still continues too. I think just the power of connection and reconnection is hugely important, and I just hope it continues.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. And Emily, what's 2020 taught you apart from don't move in with your boyfriend?
I think me personally and everyone, you can handle far more than you think you're capable of. And particularly, with having my little one, their children are very humbling. He has no concept of what a pandemic is or what tier we're in or, what's shut and what's open and where we can and can't go. They have needs and they have wants and they have their own emotions and frustrations and anxieties about things. And obviously having a little one, I've been a working mum, and I always thought, no, I could never be a stay-at-home mum. But that choice was taken away from me when the nurseries were shut. And I thought, how on earth am I going to cope? Because he's a very busy, lively little 2-year-old, as they all are. And, it was very hard, but we got through it because we had to get through it. And we've got such a better bond from it. And he's developed and he's had that one-to-one connection that, I'm blessed to have been able to give him and still be able to work and do all of those things. So, that's one thing that I'm very grateful for, apart from Joe, obviously.
Oh, thank you.
But, that we've been able to have that time that otherwise we wouldn't have had. And it's been really great for him. And it's also been very great for me. It's been a real eye-opener to what some single mums, have to deal with on a daily basis. And yeah, he's just sort of made me get through this year, really, as children do. But yeah, no, it's been a good year, really. It's been challenging, but it's put a lot of things into perspective, I think, which is the main thing.
I think as well that it's made people make big decisions that they wouldn't have necessarily made had this not happened.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know when you guys moved in, but that's one of
mid-pandemic.
Yeah, and this is it. So we've moved house. We wouldn't have done that had this not have happened. I wouldn't have changed jobs. I wouldn't have started a new job, and
you just realise life's too short and too changeable.
Yeah, and it's good to have that. Not gentle nudge. It's been a massive push, but I think it's a really positive thing because it's the decisions that wouldn't have been made had this not have happened, and I'm happy that they have sort of been made for me in a way. But,
likewise, it's been nice to slow down a little bit as well from living a very fast-paced life full of just working non-stop. I mean, I was doing days and night shifts, working 4 jobs back to back, finishing one, literally getting half a Sunday off every week. And I don't think I would have ever given that up. I'd like to say I would have, but too much of a routine. But it's been nice. I've been able to slow down a bit now, and without the pandemic, we've had to adapt. We haven't had that option, but like you said,
good job those decisions were made for us sometimes.
Yeah. Make you think about things in a very different light. But have you? I mean, I don't normally do any New Year's resolutions. I just try and aim to be a better person every year. That might be a bit of a cop out, but have you guys got any New Year's resolutions that you want to achieve next year?
Well, I'm not a big lover of resolutions because I think you're setting yourself expectations, and if you don't meet them, you sort of crumble afterwards with regret. So I like taking each day as it comes. But a bit like yourself, I just aim to be a better person. So for this year, I'm just I want to be more kinder to myself, and start to take pride in myself, take pride in my work and everything that I do, because I can be my own worst enemy sometimes, and I'm very much a people pleaser. So I'm always trying to help others and sort of neglect myself. So this year, I really do. I want to try and be kinder to myself, try and be a better person, and just enjoy life. I mean, I have a partner and a dog and a great home, and I just really want to embrace all that and see what the next year brings me.
Definitely. Luke, what about yourself?
I think mine's to be a bit healthier. So it's not a resolution, but it's just I need to change my lifestyle slightly, because I think because there's been so many. Well, it's just a personal thing, but we've got a lot of takeaways over the past couple of months that I need to just stop getting. And I've put weight on. I think I've probably I don't weigh myself, but I've probably put on about, I'd say, 2 stone since the beginning of March, probably.
Was there even a pandemic if you didn't put a couple of stone on?
Exactly, yeah. I've committed to 2 marathons next year, so I need to lose the weight and get fit. So that's my kind of big push into doing that. So
you're doing a lot around Milton Keynes as well. You're quite close to home for us. I work in Milton Keynes, but I see your lovely Instagram updates, and I feel very bad, very envious that you're out able to do it. And there's I need to push myself a bit more. But no, thank you guys for joining. Luke, when's the Stress Sessions podcast coming out?
The first one is out on the 4th of January, and I'm speaking to a footballer called Matt Smith, and I think he's 21, and yeah, I didn't actually realise he had mental health illness until I started speaking to him. So it was just going to be a general chat, and it kind of got a lot deeper. But there's series 2's coming out. You're on it, which is amazing. I'm really looking forward to that one coming out. And yeah, they're out for the next couple of months. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Fantastic. And James, have you got anything coming up next year?
I'm hoping to put some pen to paper. I'm really keen to write a book. So,
wow!
On mental health and wellbeing. So I'm hoping to do that, and I'm planning to open up my own wellbeing clinic. Also, so I'm just trying to get things sort of together. I'm trying to set up an agenda, let's say. And hopefully take off from there.
Amazing. And yeah, next year we've got our little podcast starting. So this is kind of the start of many. So we've got our Togetherness podcast, a bit of a corny name, but I think it's important. I think if I could describe this year in one word, I think togetherness is very, very important, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. I do apologize, obviously recording these podcasts, and I've had Siri popping up trying to reply to everything I've just been saying, so it put me off a little bit. But guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you all. Happy New Year. Thank you very much for everything both of you have done this year. Look forward to doing a lot more work with you both in the new year, but thank you for everything and a very happy new year.
Likewise, Joe. Thank you very much for helping me, and all the best for the new year. And you guys, I hope your podcast journey goes as planned. And for us.
Thank you very much. We'll be learning from Luke, trying to take a few tips.
I have no idea what I'm doing half the time, so
just
we're
wing
already
it.
set then.
All right, guys, I will let you get off. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. And nice to meet you, James, and happy New Year to all of you.
Take care, man.
Take care, guys. Speak to you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.